We're dealing with the problem here of having to cover up a dark color with a light color, and it's not uncommon today to move into a house and find that they painted around a piece of furniture. So when you move it, here was a great big headboard, and once you move the bed away, you find that they haven't painted the wall. When they put the white paint on over the purple, they put in, you can see a line, a heavy line right here. And if we covered that up with paint, you'd see it because you can really feel it with your fingers. It's really thick. It's just a great big heavy drip all across there, because that's where they painted up to and it sagged. So what I'm doing is I'm removing the paint, and the only way I can get it off is, my method is I'm sanding. The first sander I tried was this electric here. It's an 8-inch sander, and I put a heavy grit on the bottom, and it just was barely touching that. So an electric sander is good for a lot of things, and I imagine if you spent enough time you could get through it. So what I've done is I brought in my little compressor here. It's a little Motormaster compressor, and on it I have a little 5-inch orbital sander, and I've got my pressure up fairly high that it'll go, and you can run it for a few minutes before you run out of air. And so what you'll do is watch here as I'm sanding and removing that ridge. I'm using an 80 grit on this orbital sander, and you can see I did about 8 inches of the wall right there in probably a minute or so. And I'm going to follow that up later with a lighter grit on the orbital sander. I've got some 240, so I'll go over it with that and try to smooth off any ridges that might be there. And then I'm going to put a primer sealer on this, and that's going to help kill this. Make sure it's a stain sealer. Ordinary primer would have a hard time hiding that, and so I'm using some that I really like, and it'll cut down on the problem of the bleed through of the dark color, and also give me a nice smooth edge, so it'll really hide that imperfection. So I'm sure there's other ways of doing it. This is the way that I found, and it does work, and you won't leave you with that big ridge in your paint. All right, thank you.